End of the road, we go left. And just so you know, this car doesn't like 4th or 30. Just for information, because it's different ratios, whatever, it doesn't like it. Of course, normally you would not just jump in a car and do a test without driving it before. When you get to the roundabout, you know, the Maypole roundabout,
yep.
With a turn left, first exit. Just one point as well, the speed shown on your, you know, the little red circle by your speedo.
Yeah.
It's often wrong, so don't go by that. It's,
the speed, sorry, say again.
You know, there's a little thing that shows you the speed limit. So this is 30,
yeah.
That red circle.
Yeah.
It's often wrong, so
right.
Don't go by that, because at certain times it might be safe.
So that's telling me that that's the speed limit. That's right. So sometimes it's wrong.
That's it.
Okay.
Because if you go by that, you might be in trouble. point out the beep is if you speed, but again it's often wrong because sometimes it will beep when you're not even speeding. So don't worry about that.
So fourth gear would suggest...
He doesn't like it now. He doesn't.
So below 40, keeping third?
Yeah, I know it's unusual because every car I've ever had before this, it's been fourth. But this one he only likes third. It's just that speedo can jump around so much. I meant to turn it off because it does beep a lot. Like the sign there, you know, it sometimes stays on all the time.
Why have they all got the hazards on?
So the next left just after this bus stop. Just coming up, it's quite hard to see. I'd like you to pull up on the left somewhere safe. You'll do several occasions when you pull over. And just so now, when you do this, you just reset. Okay, so when it's safe, we're just going to carry on. It's a good thing you pulled up there.
Okay, I'm in there by the looks of it. That's strange.
Went from one house to the other. Take the next road on the right. I'm going to turn this temperature down a bit. And then the next road on the left. And then the next road on the left, which is the end of the road left. And then the end of the road right. See where that car's parked on the left, that silver car? I'd like you to pull up just before the car. We're not bothered about drivers, you can block a driveway, but leave just enough room to pull away again. So you've got about a car's length between us and them. So you want your bonnet on it just about blocking the last driveway. This is something you have to do, it's just what we call an angled start. That's fine. Okay, so when it's safe, we'll carry on. And at the end of the road, we'll turn left.
brakes are
Yeah,
well.
the brakes are quite sharp.
Yeah, they're very good. So would I have to put my handbrake on here? Or
I don't answer. Because just imagine how many exam they do.
right, okay.
If you ask for help, they'll just say, do what you think's best. This is only for a bit of fun, so that way it's just to see what you do. It's not exactly fun, I know, but you know what I mean. Further on, we are going to take a road on the left. Do you know this area? I don't know if you know where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to see, but it's just on the left, opposite the entrance to the car park. It's not where the black car is and where the lottery signs are. It's just on the left, opposite there. Before the lights.
Just before the lights.
Yeah, just where the red car came.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, it's quite hard to see this. They can choose to help you. I've had that a lot when I've been on tests, and they've helped people there because it's so hard to see. So next road on the right. I'd like you to pull up somewhere on the left. It doesn't matter about driveways on this occasion. And there are no tricks if I say that won't mean it. That's fine. Okay, when it's safe, we'll carry on. I'm going to pull up again on the left in a moment. This is always part of the test. Somewhere safe if possible, but we won't be there for more than a few seconds, so it's not too important. Anywhere around this area. When we say somewhere safe, by the way, we just mean, you know, not. It doesn't. This is fine now, but we mean not blocking the drive. Yeah, of course you always pull up somewhere safe. So. This should be set up ready. I know anyone watching, you won't see the sat nav. I'll put it there. Can you see it there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You won't see the sat nav, I know, but you're not missing much. It's just you'll hear the sat nav as well.
Could I have it a bit further over?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
it's not there.
yeah, that's
that?
more. Yeah, better.
Is there any glare? 'Cause sometimes it can be.
No, that's fine.
So when you move off, he'll give you the directions. I have to tell you this: it's the blue line. You follow the blue line, and you can follow the voice directions as well. If you're not sure of any directions he gives you, just ask and I can repeat them. But for now on, just keep following that for the remainder of the test. I may still say pull over and things like that, but just follow the standard.
Okay.
Right, so over to you. That's good.
the end of the road, turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn left. Turn left, then turn left. Turn left, then take the second left.
Now this is the next left is a bit wrong on there. It's this one, just where the van's going. It wouldn't have mattered if you told the other one, but it's...
Turn left, then turn right. Turn right.
I was going to say about it's just easier to go that way, because if you go the other way you've got to go through all the shops.
After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Have you used the sat-nav much before, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people don't like using them.
Can confuse you though.
Yeah. You've got two stand-navs now. Do you want the other one turned off? Because you can be confused.
No, that's fine.
At the end of the road, turn left. Turn left. After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the third exit, then turn left.
The left turn is not close to the roundabout, I can tell you that, because you make it sound like it is, but it's not.
Sorry, say again, the left turn?
The left turn is not close to the roundabout.
Cross the roundabout and take the third exit, then turn left.
It's just the way it says it, people think the left turn's like here, but it's quite far down.
After 400 yards, sharp left.
Is it this one coming?
Sharp left.
I can't tell you. I could be.
Sorry.
It's just a bit life me to tell you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I should have said this though, because we haven't yet done any training before this. It's just if you ask and they haven't quite got time to answer, they won't answer. Like if you don't ask well in time, they just won't answer. Otherwise I could rush you into doing something.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Tempting to do that.
Yeah, I was just about to go to 4th, but yeah, it's different cars and everything.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Normally I get it to pull up here, but it's quite busy, so we'll just carry on.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Get on the road.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Didn't seem to care, that bird. Again, this I'll clarify because I do on tests. You're going to want the second left, not the first. If you go in the first, you're driving to a girls' school, you can be able to get out.
Yeah, okay.
They go in there.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the second exit.
It does say, I know, but they will often say, just to clarify. The problem is if you go into the school, it's a long drive and you can't get back out. It's like a long, twisty drive. So.
Go left on the roundabout and take the second exit. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
That's good, isn't it?
Thank you. Thanks for that. Taxi drivers.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Then, at the end of the road, turn left. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
So when it's safe to do so, I'd like you to open and close one of the side windows. Doesn't matter which one. Can be like a bit or a lot, doesn't matter. That's fine.
At the end of the road, turn left.
It's not long left now, only a few minutes.
Turn left.
So this will take us back into the test centre car park. It will keep talking, but just ignore it. Just go in and go down towards where it began.
Okay.
Because it will just keep saying turn, 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 and whatever.
After 300 yards, turn left, then turn left. turn left, then turn left. Turn left, then, at the end of the road, turn right.
'Cause it's
Turn
not
right,
guide you to-
then turn left.
That will take you to the test centre. If not going there, we're just going to go back to where we started.
Turn left, then you have reached your destination on your left.
So the final thing to do is I want you to just drive forwards into a bay. So you pick any bay down there, back where we started, and just go forwards into it. And just finish between the lines. As long as it's one of the bays here or there, not through into the other ones. Okay, so you're happy with that? Is that in the bay? Before we go over that, there's one thing happened on that test route which we can't talk about on camera. You might know what it was, but don't say what it was. Just one thing happened after the roundabout. So we'll go over that off camera, but we'll talk about that later on. But there's just one bit I had to cut out because something happened there. But what do you think overall of the result? What do you think you would get? How do you think it went?
I'd hoped that I'd passed.
So there's only two things you wouldn't pass on. They're very.
I know one of the things.
Yeah.
My observations, my pulling off.
That's it. You've got it. That's good. That's good. You know that.
I got halfway through, it just clicked, and I thought I'm not doing my checks.
Because you said at the beginning, didn't you? You said
I
about
know,
a 6-point check.
I know.
And then
and it just went.
Yeah. Because I marked it a few times, and then you did it on the third. Is normally an S is serious. The other one we'll go over in a moment, but it's a very easy thing to get rid of. So yeah, that's the main one. So moving off. There's a few little things, but overall your driving's really good. That's good news. You're to a good level there. There's a few of the mirrors I just put because you tend to sometimes either check them after you've signalled.
After a signalled,
yeah,
especially that mirror.
That's it.
Yeah,
or sometimes you check, but then it's quite a while till you do signal. So you're actually quite good in those because most people get heavily marked down on the mirrors when they come for a test, especially on your part 2. Mirror, I'd say all the time. Mirrors is a massive reason people fail for part 2s. The few of the little things, when you pull up, what you tend to do is you go neutral before you've stopped. And you notice the car's actually turning off before you've stopped moving. So it's got to be stop dead, handbrake, then neutral.
Okay.
If you did a handbrake first, the car's secure, then you go to neutral. Because what you tend, if you notice, you tend to go neutral. A lot of people do it, they kind of roll up in neutral, but the car thinks you've stopped and it's turning off. So the car's actually off just before you've stopped. So you're not in full control. It isn't a major thing because you only did it twice and it was very, it wasn't excessive. But if you do it too often, that will become more of a problem.
So handbrake first, then select neutral.
That's it. But the one thing I mentioned, I know you only said this is a joke, but this is something you need to know for your part 3. You know when that taxi didn't signal? Well, he did signal, then he went the other way, didn't he? Yeah, you know that taxi you signalled, and then he didn't come round. And you said, oh, that taxi driver. If you say that on part 3, you're in trouble for that because you're prejudicing the people against taxi drivers. Right. I know that might sound daft and all that, so I'm not going to argue about that. It's just that they don't like you saying things like that because it's like unprofessional to say, oh, taxi driver.
I understand.
Or whatever. I know it's meant as a joke. You're not being nasty or whatever. It's just the way it is. That's the way it's assessed. So overall, that's really good. There may be other little ones I'm trying to think of. The very beginning when you turned out here, you didn't signal left. You don't strictly have to because you're in such a quiet area and there's no one really around, but it's better if you do. Like this is for the L test, so when you first come at the test centre onto the main road, just because you're turning, just always give a signal. There are different tests you can do where you don't have to always indicate, but for now it's just better to do it. The reason for that is if you teach people not to do it, it's more confusing. When you do really high level advanced, even like more than we're going to do, you don't always signal at all. It's like the way police are taught to do, I believe, is if no one's in sight, you don't indicate. And if they're P, you then signal. But for learning that, you're not a learner. But if you were a learner, that would be too much to sort of think about and to do. So there's different tests, different marking strategies, whatever. But overall, it's really good. I don't think there's anything else I've got to say. Because there's always lots of little things you could mention, but there's nothing really major that stood out.